damn, that is a clean Duramax, dude. Holy, with the brow, the LED swap. Well, that's weird. Why is the front way wider than the rear? Am I tripping? And to answer that question, that would be no. I'm not tripping. That is what we bought these for. So, extremely simple video today. Probably not too long. Might not even meet the 10-minute mark. But we got some spacers for the rear. Now, if you guys don't know, on these 99 to 07 GM trucks, I'm pretty sure it continued on for, it might actually be every single year Duramax, but I don't know enough. I'm definitely sure it does it in the second gen Silverados, but yeah, we need spacers. So if you guys ever measured out or even just looked when you guys have wides on your truck, the front is going to be way wider than the rear, and that is a known issue. So to fix that, you got to put spacers in the rear, not on the front. And if you're ever going to run spacers and you want it to be even, you're going to have to get like 3-inch in the back and 2-inch in the front, or like 1-inch in the front, 3-inch in the back, depending on how you guys want to mix it up. But as for our case, we went with 1.5 inch. Okay, calm down. We went with 1.5 inch spacers. So us putting these 1.5 inch spacers on our truck, not only is it going to complete that wide look in the rear, so we don't look like we're not wide at all, it's also going to match the front of the truck. Yeah, the last spacers we bought for the 1500, we put 2-inch spacers all the way around on that truck, obviously. This truck, not so much. It came with like some actually decent looking Loctite. This does not look decent at all. So I'm still going to use it because something is better than nothing on the spacer side of things. You definitely want to Loctite these because you don't really want to take them off a whole bunch. And I just did the rear brakes on the rear end of this truck. Obviously, look at them rotors. Look at them painted calipers. But that's not our point. I'm not going to be taking spacers off anytime soon to do brakes or anything, hopefully. So we're going to put these on. We're going to put red Loctite on them and call it a day. So we're going to get a jack up here, jack this thing up, and we're going to start cooking and putting some spacers on the truck. It shouldn't take too long. Hopefully not. We don't run into any issues. That'd be great. But we got to put these things on pretty bad. So here's just a reference shot on how wide the front is and how not wide the rear is. Rolling down the road looking like a stock truck is not very tasteful, in my opinion. So we gotta put these things on. Bring it out to about here. I'm gonna start jacking this thing up, get these things on. And just like that, we got our 1.5 inch spacer on our hubs. Now I put a little bit of Loctite in all 8 of them, sorry. So we're gonna be that much wider. We're just gonna put it back together now and pretty much repeat the process for the second side, and then show you guys how sick this thing came out. All right, just like that, tire is back on. Now we got to torque those, so we're not gonna forget that, but we're gonna do the other side before we drop it on the rear diff, and then we're gonna torque everything at once. But right off the rip, man, we are finally definitely even with the front. Not only that, much wider in the rear now in terms of being behind me. You're actually gonna see the tire now sticking out like it should. Just like the front. Yes, that looks much better. Good thing I went with the 1.5 inch too, though, because if I would have went with the 2-inch spacers like everybody says, the rear wheels would be way farther out than the front, which would just complete the process in the rear, and then you'd have to somehow match the front with the rear. But the 1.5s, don't buy 1.5s unless you plan on cutting your studs, but the previous owner, or one of them, cut the studs on this truck, so I could get away with the 1.5 inch spacers, thankfully. But I would not cut your studs if I had to recommend it, but mine were already done, so there's nothing I could do. I might as well go with the 1.5 inch instead of the 2 inch. So we're gonna get the other side going and show you guys the reveal. And just like that, the truck is looking extra thick in the rear. Pause. No, don't pause. Resume. Look at this thing, dude. Oh man, those spacers absolutely completed this look, the look I was going for, the look I've been waiting for. Normally you can just put your tires on, or your wheels, your 12 wides, your 14 wides, and it'll be super wide. But on these trucks, and I believe some Dodges as well did it, they have mismatched track widths in the front and the back. So you're gonna absolutely need this for all of your GM heavy duty trucks, and definitely also your some Dodges, and Ford might have even done it, but I know for a fact that GM does this for a lot of their trucks. And maybe the new stuff, they stopped doing it, but I don't think so. So look at it. Just to get that shot now, before it looked much farther in. We had about this much tread showing, where my finger's covering, so it was kind of right on the squiggly line here, and now we have a whole nother inch and a half past that line that is now sticking out. So I am more than satisfied with that. If you guys haven't seen the last video, go check it out. We did the LED up here, LEDs in the rear, LED license plate light. We pretty much redid the entire rear end of this truck. Not only that, we paint matched the windshield, man. We look at this thing. We got a Summit white vinyl strip and we put it on the windshield just because it gives it the most menacing look, man. It looks so good coming down the road, and it looks so nice for pictures. Not only that, we also got our tint strip like we've wanted, that I was not gonna do myself, but we wrapped the outside of the window instead. So it worked out, and it looks way sicker. In the future, we're gonna be doing boost auto mirrors. We're gonna be doing the lower valence, 6.7 valence. We got a whole bunch of stuff planned for this, a leveling kit in the front. We're also going to do paint matched rain guards. Shout out to my cousin for giving me that idea. It's going to look absolutely insane. Also, I just had a subscriber DM me on Instagram and show me what he did to his truck that has to do with lighting. And I think I'm going to steal that idea, man, because he was like, yo, you should try this. And needless to say, it looks absolutely insane in terms of covering the ground in pure white light rather than being stuck with the shadows that this truck has, because it's so much bigger than my last truck. We put the same, actually we put 4 more rock lights on this truck, just in different spots, but it's a bigger truck, and there's a lot more shadows. But needless to say, if you guys have any ideas, and you guys want to either comment or DM me on Instagram, or you could even Snapchat me, because I'm now promoting my Snapchat, which is in the description as well. Just add me on one of those, send me over a text. I try to get back to most of you, or as many of you as I can. So pretty much first subscriber mod, well, idea mod that I haven't even thought about, is going to be something to do with lighting. So just keep an eye out for that. If you guys are new to the channel, consider dropping a like, maybe a comment, and subscribe if you guys want to watch me build my dream LBZ Duramax. And then, like I said, send me over some messages if you guys have any ideas on what to do to this thing that I probably haven't thought of. With that being said, I'm going to close this video out for you guys. I didn't do any B-roll because it doesn't look so insanely different. If you guys want to see a whole bunch of B-roll all the time, just go check out my Instagram. I always post on there, and then TikTok as well. I got some, that's more like the dumb videos that you just post to post. If you guys want to see B-roll all the time, cinematics, nice shots of the truck, hit up my Instagram. If you guys want to see more like personal day-to-day content that has to do with the truck, hit up my Snapchat. I always post on my public story. Don't expect an ad back because I only add back people that I know. I post completely what I'm doing throughout the day in terms of truck stuff on my public Snapchat story, so go check that out. With that being said, here's the cat eye, because we still haven't recorded a new outro for the Duramax. So here's my old truck, and I'm going to see you guys in the next one. Peace out.